Okay, here's a quick intro on how to use the VEXIQcode IQ block. By going to F4 on your keyboard that's above number 4, your apps will open up, and this is where the VEX IQ block app will be located if it is not at the bottom of your screen already. So F4, the app's open, and select that. Once we open it up, this is the intro screen. This is what it will look like here. The first thing we need to do is name our activity. You'll need to save it and save it to the desktop to make sure it's saved appropriately. So you click on where it says VEXIQcode Project here. And you can go and say whatever the activity is. I'm going to say Mattia drive turn. Now if you put any special characters like the and sign, it won't save. It's a little finicky like that. So Mattia drive turn, put your group members and then the activity. And I'm going to go ahead and save that to the desktop. You can see it changed the name here. Now we need to set our device. We know this is a drive and turn activity, so we only need the drivetrain. To do that, we go to this block right here, click on it, and you can add a device. So we'll add our drivetrain. It only has 2 motors in our current Clawbot setup, and the left motor is port 1 and the right motor is port 6. We know this by the way we built our robot. And the gyro won't currently be used for this activity, so I'm going to unclick the gyro. If it is used, you keep that selected, but currently we do not. So we have 1 and 6 left and right side, and that is all done. That's all we need for this activity, so I'm going to go ahead and close this window with this arrow. If you were using the motor for the claw and the motor for the lift or other additional sensors here, you'd have to add those and then select the port at which they're selected. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and start programming. So we know our robot is here. We need to drive forward a certain amount of spaces. So we'll go ahead and just drag a block over and say drive forward, let's call it 10 inches. It might be more than that. It might be less. You'll have to test it and determine the distance. You can also go in millimeters, but that's quite small, so we'll stay with inches. And we know that these blocks on our tables, they're not to scale here, but it's 12 inches by 12 inches. You'll then follow up with a turn right in a specified number of degrees as we talked about in class. So turn right 90 degrees and we go ahead on and continue programming as we set up our first drive activity. Once we are finished, we're going to have to download this to our robot brain. There's 4 slots on the robot brain, so you pick which one that you want to download to. And then we have our brain here. When we plug our robot in with the black cord from our robot room in class, this robot brain will turn green, meaning it is connected, and then the download option will be available. You'll go and drive on the table, come back and adjust as needed, and see how we can complete this activity. Good luck.